We just learned how to find limits and some rules that help us out. Now we're going to learn how we can verify those limits using one-sided limits. The bottom line here is that if we say a function has a limit as x approaches a number, then that limit has to be true when we approach that x value from both sides. And for each of those sides, we use a one-sided limit. Let's go back to our profit example. I have a function that tells me my profit based on how many tons of coffee I sell. My boss wants to know if, when I sell around 2 tons of coffee, whether the profit is going to be 6 million. In other words, we're going to verify that the limit of our profit function, as x approaches 2, equals 6. So we can just take a look at the graph here, and it's clear that from the left side, when we approach 2, the limit's 6, and from the right side, when we approach 2, the limit's 6. The formal definition for one-sided limits is very simple. For the left-hand side, it basically says if the x value you're testing is between the value you want, which is 2 tons, and a little less than that value, in other words, if x is slightly to the left of that desired value, then the difference between our limit and our actual function is going to be really small. And likewise, for the right limit, if the x value we're testing is in between the number that's desired, 2 tons, and some really small amount greater than that, in other words, to the right of 2 tons, then the difference between our function and the limit is also going to be really small. Here's the notation. All you have to do is write your limit as usual, and if it's a left-hand limit, just put a minus sign next to the a value. And for the right-hand limit, put a plus sign. These one-sided limits come in handy for piecewise functions. As you can see here, there are 2 different pieces to my function. To the left of x equals 2, my function is 2x plus 1, and to the right of 2, it's x plus 3. We want to verify that the limit of this whole function when x approaches 2 is 5, so we have to look at both sides. Let's start with the left. We find the limit as usual, but we have to use the function that is there for the left side. Plug in 2 for x, and we get 2 times 2 plus 1 equals 5. Same thing for the right. We're going to use that function, x plus 3, test it at the point x, and we'll find that the limits are the same. So this is how you use one-sided limits to verify the limit of your function.